Welcome back to episode 3 of the Alone Together podcast. As always, you'll be joined by myself, Will, Lennon, and Isaac. Today, we'll be discussing our thoughts on each of us suggested albums, debating topics we've got on our minds, and what would we actually do with £1 million. All right, lads.
Hello, Will.
A bit of a mouthful, that, weren't it?
It's a bit of a mouthful, but you did it.
Did
And
it?
that's what matters.
Exactly.
I feel like at this point it'd be a bit weird if someone else did the intro.
Mate,
I know it's only a third one, but it's feeling like a nice routine.
Yeah, I know. Get a bit of butterflies every time I do it, though. But you know what they say. If you're not nervous, it means you don't want to do well in life, doesn't it?
That is true.
Exactly.
Got to be feeling nervous to feel excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to be feeling Whitney.
Oh, shut up. I hate
What
you.
do we want to start off with today, lads?
Let's start with the £1 million question. The $1 million
Damn.
question.
Oh, I see what you've done there.
So, the situation is, you've entered the lottery. You've only gone and bloody won £1 million.
Oh, God.
What are you doing with it?
Okay.
Will, you go first.
I'll give 10% to my mother and Neil,
Oh,
but 10% is not that much, I mean.
well.
100k?
What?
100 grand?
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things. And
True.
then I would divide 50k up between you two, and the other two. Yeah. The boys. Yeah. So you can have 50k divided between you. So 10k each. And then with the rest of it, what would I do? I'd buy like every piece of like media and games and films that I ever could. Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you meant like you just buy the companies for a second.
No, obviously not. And then I think I'd invest in like a big, nice house.
Yeah.
And the essentials I'd want in my house is obviously like really nice bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want a cinema room, like a proper cinema room, but like obviously I could play games on it as well as watch films.
Ooh.
And then you can never go wrong with an indoor swimming pool, can you?
Very true, very true.
Like Morgs in the house, yeah.
I know, like, yeah, Morgs would be upset that I've got more jacuzzis than him.
You know what?
Right.
You should buy Morgs' mum whilst you're at it.
You're not gonna buy Morgs' mum's channel.
Come on, Jill.
and make a shit post against Morgan all the time.
What about you, Isaac?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I've actually thought about this, the amount of like scratch cards I've bought. Like, what if you actually win them?
Bit
Like,
sad, right?
I'm just like, I don't think I'd like, you've heard them things where teams win and they just bust up money in about 10 days.
Yeah.
I'd probably just like invest it in like, maybe like 2 like flats or something that are like, I don't know, in like this town centre, and then I'd buy a house. That's probably what I'd do.
What? So you'd rent out your flats?
Mm.
Yeah, and then I'd buy the house outright.
But when you say you're buying really nice flats, are we talking about like centre of London so you can absolutely shred them on rent?
Yeah. I'm talking like centre, and then like obviously it'd be quite a lot a month, wouldn't it? And
you'd make a profit eventually.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm all about that.
He's an investor, our Isaac.
I always think like that. Like, if I actually had a lot
How
of
much
money.
you putting into Bitcoin, Isaac?
Bitcoin. Have you seen that thing where it's like if you put £1 in Bitcoin in like 2010, it'd come out as like 2.8 mil now.
Fuck off! I don't believe
It's
it.
something like that.
I just don't know, mate.
I don't know where.
It's a bit
Have you been watching Drama Alert, Isaac?
No.
Is that really like what personal things, what little things are you getting?
Exactly. What's making you life better?
What, for me personally, or like my parents and
For
that?
you personally,
Yeah,
what's making your life better with the money?
I'd probably buy stuff like, I'd probably get myself a car, definitely, because like an actual really nice car. Well, not something like a stupid like proper sport one. I'm on about like maybe like a 4x4 or something right nice. Then maybe like some of my parents, like I don't know, maybe like if they wanted like the house decorating. I'd do something like that because obviously
Oh,
smart. Because obviously they don't want to move out.
He's kind at heart, isn't he?
yeah. Well, I'm
You know
thinking.
what I mean?
Obviously, I think a car's a good idea. Nice car. Nothing too flashy, like you said. Probably like put a deposit down on a house and all that kind of stuff. The sensible, getting ready for adulthood stuff.
Yeah.
But I would love to get like a music studio done. I don't know. Probably rent somewhere out and
Yeah.
do it.
That'd
up,
be
get
cool.
A drum kit in there and everything.
Yeah.
Just so like the band we could go somewhere to record and practice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say really like in the grand scheme of things, $1 million it does go pretty quick. Like it's not
Yeah.
much really.
But to be fair, imagine like the kind of marketing with the mill that you could put into a band. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
That is very true.
That'll send you places. Do you know what I mean?
Good point.
You seen that? Do you remember Euro Millions like a couple months ago when it was like 81 million or something, or it's like more than that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that builder won it, and he just literally just acted like he didn't win. He just went back to work,
That's mental, that, isn't it? But
and he was like 31 or something. Like he could
That's
have
just
made
like-
it easily retired, but he just decided that he enjoyed his job, so he just decided to carry on.
just a lot of grounded people, aren't there? Really, who just enjoyed the job.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I enjoyed my job, I feel like if I had done 81 million or something, I'd just have to just call it quits and just do something else. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's ridiculous amount.
When old people retire, they always do stuff, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They're always like trying to help out with things because boredom, really, isn't it?
I think I would probably give some money to charity. I'm not sure which one, and probably a few to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give like a few grand out. I know what you mean. Like,
Oh yeah, I meant to say that as well. To clarify, I'd give all my money to charity. All of it.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I know.
I'm kind of falling for you. But yeah, I think like obviously this is kind of off the top of our heads, so when it comes down to it, there'd be a lot more that you'd think about.
Yeah, you'd plan, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%.
I think all our answers have been pretty nice, to be honest.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, pretty sensible.
Maybe though, if I had another thing, you'd invest in something like not maybe as such a house as well, but maybe like a pub or something that's like constantly got income.
A business, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, not just any kind of business, really.
Yeah, like obviously not Spoons because that's obviously owned by Wetherspoons, but I mean like a pub in like a town, like a middle of the city or something.
Do you see that thing? Oh, there was this thing I saw the other day, and it was like, can't believe Mark Zuckerberg bought Facebook for $1 billion. He could have just got it free off the App Store.
yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, what an idiot, mate! What an idiot.
I'm thinking, I think it'd be quite nice to have a bed and breakfast.
Hey, do you know
Bed and
what?
breakfast,
It would,
that'd be
wouldn't it?
chill, you know.
Exactly.
Just like getting up in the morning, making them the breakfast and that.
Trust me.
You want
I
me into
bet you
that,
just
love?
hire other people to do it.
Literally, I'd definitely be down in the kitchen though, making eggs and that.
Innit? Now, to be fair, if I was a really good driver, you'd have to get some big nasty car, wouldn't you? That just shred up the roads and just fucking.
You know what though? I just don't think I'm too bothered about what car I get.
Right, here's the thing. Once you're in a car, like
Get used to it.
it don't matter, does it? If it drives, it drives.
Yeah, if it's good with like handling snow and everything, you know,
Yeah.
it's prepared for all conditions.
Yeah,
It's not
and
falling
also,
apart.
I hate people looking at me. I'd hate to have people like staring at my car all the time. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like,
Exactly.
ugh. I'd like,
You'd
stop.
want something that's good, but it also blends in. Like you're not your Ferraris, but it's like your decent ones. Do you know, like in the middle.
Like a nice Audi or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a 4x4 that's not too flashy.
Yeah.
Trustworthy, somewhat trustworthy.
Exactly. What we're gonna do for our next section, our music.
We're going to talk about our reviews. I'm a
Okay.
little bit nervous, boys, because I feel like you'll both not like mine.
Well, we'll find out. But before we find out,
Mhm.
remember you can listen to Alone Together podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Casts, and Radio Public. So make sure you're tuning in, lads. Make sure you're
Don't
tuning in.
forget about YouTube.
We are out
Oh
there.
crap! Yeah, and YouTube. If you want to have a look at a pretty picture while we're talking,
Just our logo for the whole time.
And you can watch the little intro.
Exactly.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so shall we all introduce our albums?
Yeah, go on, Lennon.
I will go
Start us
first.
off, Mr. Music Man.
So, if you haven't seen this before, pretty much we all give each other an album and we review it here. Say what we think, say what we don't like, say what we like, you know. So
Yes.
I gave the boys How Did We Get So Dark by Royal Blood to listen to.
Yep.
Go on, Will.
Right. So, I came into this album with the only knowledge in my head that it was two people. I think one plays bass and one plays drums. Am I correct?
Mhm, correct.
So I came in with like the dynamic of like, this can't be too massive because it's just two people doing the thing, and I'm pretty sure it's their second album, right?
Yeah.
So I started listening to this, and I get all the names of the songs on my phone, but about the first three, I thought these are absolute like bangers. I was like, geez, I was like, these are coming in strong. So they're called. Oh, do you know what? I actually can't find it.
How Did We Get So Dark? Lights
Yeah,
Out.
that one.
And then
Yeah.
I forgot the third one, not gonna lie.
Anyway,
I
the
only
first
like when I
three,
look.
Oh yeah.
three, I'm not sure if I'd heard them before, but they felt like familiar, and I was like, yeah, this is really good. And then I was just, and it got to like number 4, and I was like, ugh.
Mhm.
And then the second half of the album really dropped off for me, and I was just like, it was a struggle to keep listening. I've listened to it about 3 or 4 times, and every time that second half of the album, it was just, I was dropping off, and I was like, I'm trying, but they definitely have a unique style about them.
Yeah.
And I think they keep up this, like they have a cool style. I don't think it's a lot like anything else. But yeah, it kind of dropped off in the second half, and then I've been reading up on some reviews about it, and they were saying like their transition from their first album to their second album, just like there wasn't enough of like development in their music, and they
Yeah.
just kind of stayed at this same kind of tone. And I just thought maybe they needed to go a bit more ballsy for it and go a bit out there.
Fair
So
enough.
if you want me to rate it,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll purely give it a 6 out of 10 because those first 3 songs are like really good. Like I'm like definitely I'll put them on a party playlist. So I'll
Nice.
give it a 6 out of 10 for that.
Isaac, what do you think, sir?
Well, I thought it was actually quite good. I enjoyed it. It was obviously it started strong, and then I was listening to it a few times over, and it got down to a song. Let me just check the name so I don't get it wrong. Where Are You Now? I actually quite like. I thought that was a proper tune. So I listened to the album like a few times, and then it come back up where I was just like, do you know when you listen to an album like 2-3 times and you'll just put a few songs on repeat?
Yeah.
I would say I listened to oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Where Are You Now? Is the one that I listen to the most, surprisingly, instead of the first 3, which like, caught me off guard.
Well, they actually they released that song like way before the second album came out.
Did they?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. I was because I don't mind the first stuff. That the first album, like Figure It Out, is a right banger off the first one of it. And I was like, I think that's why I like. Maybe obviously now I've realised that maybe that's probably why. But yeah, I'd say I like it. Maybe not as good as the first, but still good. I do like the style, like Will said. It's quite unique. How there's like a bass and a drum kit, which is quite cool. So, I mean, I don't know what else I want to say. I'm not a man of many words. I've got
What's your rating?
got a 4-4 in English, didn't I? Hang on. I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay. yeah, I'd probably agree that the second half of it does drop off a lot.
Yeah,
It can become kind of background music if you're not listening, like
definitely.
properly listening, which is, you know, I kind of expected you boys to feel that way, but you're all right. Them first few songs, wow, bang.
Definitely, 100%.
Let's go on to Will's.
Okay, I have suggested a little EP. It's called Sales EP, and it's by Sales, which are a kind of two-person group. I'm not sure if they're related. I have a feeling they might be, but no, I don't think they are. But yeah, it's a woman on vocals, and then the other guy just kind of does the rest. But yeah, it's like a 4 or 5 song EP,
Yeah.
and I thought it's pretty cool. So what are you thinking about it, Lennon?
All right. Well, I really like it to start it off.
Cool.
It's kind of, I think they've got their own kind of style, their own vibe,
Yeah.
nice and low key. I'm enjoying that lately.
Cool.
It's kind of what I noticed is the production on it is kind of strange, but I do like it. It's authentic. Like say in the first song, I think it's called Rennie or something.
Yeah, it's like Renee or something like that. Yeah.
You can, like, in one of the samples, you can hear the chair squeaking. I
Yeah.
think that, like, little natural things like that. I think
It's cool.
kind of cool to hear. What else did I put? One thing to note is I think it's kind of unlucky that Chinese New Year, one of the songs in it, got really famous on TikTok. I think it's good and bad.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will go, "Oh my god, it's that TikTok person,"
Exactly.
but it's also gotten them like millions of listens, and people will have discovered them through that.
Exactly. So yeah.
I think my favorite song from it is "Getting It On."
Damn.
I like it. Very nice. Least favorite Toto. Not a big fan.
Yeah, same.
But I would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Well, I'll take that any day of the week.
Isaac, sir.
I don't know. I thought it was different. I wasn't expecting it to sound like that. 'Cause I always say I've heard Chinese New Year like over and over on TikTok, and I'm just like, I obviously, unfortunately, is my favorite song on that because I've heard it so much. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
stuck in my. It's like a new sound, but I don't know. I don't like. I didn't mind it, but I wouldn't like put it up there. It's like something I'd listen to all the time.
Yeah.
I thought I would after like listening to it a few times, but then like I don't know, I didn't have that like with Seagirls last week. I was like, oh, that seemed alright, like because obviously it's an EP. I quite like EP. It's easy to put on. They last like 20 minutes, but I don't know. For that, I was just like, the style's cool, but I don't know if it's my cup of tea. Do you know what I mean?
Fair play.
fair enough.
But yeah, I'd listen to like, I'm always open to listening to, if they brought something else, I'd listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that EP is just not the one, but if they brought something else out, it would be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd maybe give it like a 5 out of 10. Just
In the middle.
I'm not gonna go down low because I respect the type and it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I won't vibe as much as I thought I would, unfortunately.
Fair enough. I think sometimes her voice gets a little. There's some points where it's like, ooh, my ears.
Yeah.
But no, I really like it. I do like it. Isaac, would you like to introduce yours?
I give the newest Kooks album, which not many people have obviously listened to because of the huge success on the first album. So it's a little album called oh my god,
Let's Go Sunshine.
yeah, Let's Go Sunshine.
Little album. You're joking, right?
It's about 50 odd minutes long, isn't it? Yeah. I suggested that I listened to it like a year ago or so, and I just thought it was all right. Like I thought it was quite interesting, and it was like I don't know the next Kooks album that I actually thought was decent after obviously the first one that I would actually listen to. So obviously the rest are just they're all right. But yeah,
Well,
come on.
I'm about to rip into this. Just saying.
Sorry, mate. I'll join you.
It's so long and dull. um, things I do like about it is that it's summery vibes. My favourite track on there is, I think, All the Time, which is because I think it's the second track. It has a
Yeah.
nice like 80s vibe to it. Well, that's what I think anyway. And Four Leaf Clover, that is kind of reminiscent of the first album, that like acousticy style.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think there's a lot on there that like, stands out to me. Like it's very forgettable.
Yeah, there's like maybe 3 or 4 bangers, and then the rest are just like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I do get where you're coming from. Yeah.
It's like I respect the Kooks because they've got quite a lot of bangers, like especially on that first album.
Definitely.
But I don't know. I just think this is just another Kooks album. For that reason, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
That's about that. Down the
Which,
middle. Down the
I
middle.
just I just ripped into it and then down the middle. That's not bad, to be fair.
Yeah. Right. I'm not gonna say I hate an album, but I'm gonna say I strongly dislike it. Right. I came into it with an open mind, and I was just thinking, you've got the Kooks who've brought out like an amazing first album, and they're just one of those bands who seem to have a career where they've just like slowly run out of ideas. And by the time, like, the only album I can kind of compare this one to is like what the Sherlocks did with their second album, where they went to try and create like anthems, like festival anthems that everyone could sing to. And I think it's just moved so far away from what Kooks was, because the Kooks first album is like not like an anthem-y album,
Yeah,
is it at
no,
all?
no.
I just feel like they've moved so far away from what that first album was that it was just a flop for me. Now there was a song that I quite liked, and I'm not sure if I liked it or if it was just catchy, but Pamela was quite good. I quite enjoyed that. I thought it was all right, but I just was listening to the album and I was like, God, I wish it was over. Like it was like when I was getting to the second half, I was just like, what are they even trying to create?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've got a lot of respect that a band doesn't just try and create the same album 5 times because it worked the first time.
Yeah, very true.
And I can definitely see what they were going for with like the summery like festival album. Like it's even called like what's it even called? Sunshine.
Let's go Sunshine, yeah.
Yeah. It's not the album for me, apart from I might stick Pamela on a party playlist.
Yeah.
For me,
Makes
it was
sense.
like finding the needle in the haystack. I thought, fair play, I've got you. This is all right. So I'm gonna be nasty with my rating, but only because reviewing. If we did reviews every week and every album we all liked, that would be so boring.
Yeah.
So I like that there's a bit of a mix. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
Woo.
I know that's the lowest one we've ever had, but no, it just wasn't the one for me. But
Same. Yeah.
you
No,
can't.
fair.
You're not
It's
gonna
worth a
like all
try.
music.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that section is over and done with. We will be back for more music reviews. The one after next, right?
Yeah, I'll do like episode 5 or something, because we'll just miss one.
Yeah, if this is 3, we'll do episode 5. Yeah.
Cool. So for this next section, we've gotten a few questions, topics, debates that I think everybody has, but we never actually get the answer for. It's opinion based, I guess, but a few questions, and I'm just gonna fire them at you. Right? Would you rather be blind or deaf?
Oh God, this is hard, isn't it?
It's pretty hard.
I think I'd just go deaf. Without even thinking.
Really?
Really?
Because I don't know, like there's so much more. I think like when you can just like the sight is just without that you're at a massive disadvantage.
True.
Like you can't even see any of your family, can't see your friends or anything like that. You can't even
Wait.
see where you're walking.
Hang
Can't
on
see
a
anything.
minute. Are you telling me that you would never listen to the Alone Together podcast ever again? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
What I'm trying to tell you is I'd be able to find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, but I wouldn't unfortunately be able to hear it, and I'd have to drop out because I can't hear our amazing voice.
No.
Yeah.
You have to play it through a speaker and just hold your hand on it.
I have to get the braille across, like going across the screen like that.
Or pray to God that YouTube auto subtitles are all right and watch it.
Yeah.
What about you, Will? Go on.
What about me? Right. I just think your life would be so much harder without your sight. Like, you can learn to get by with either of them, but I just think seeing is just essential to like for everything I enjoy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like eventually I could learn to do sign language and like lip read people to like obviously get past not being able to understand people. But with sight, it's like I could never play a game ever again. Do you know what I mean? I could never
Very
watch
true.
a film properly ever again.
Oh yeah. I mean,
could,
for
like-
neither though.
But there's always subtitles. Do you know what I mean? When like you see it, there's always subtitles. Like
Oh
if
yeah,
you
like audio.
just your hearing, you can't see obviously. It's just
Yeah,
a
but I don't
description.
know. The thing I'd enjoy to see a film more than I would. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's what I mean.
True.
And when I play a game, I always have subtitles on anyway. And if like I don't know, like I've got my music on, sometimes I might just turn it all the way down anyway. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I won't be able to hear the
fair
music, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it'd be horrible not being able to see. And obviously, if you can you drive if you're deaf?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, you can have like I think there's like special things you can get for your car, which
Oh,
enable it. I don't know how it works, but if like people who are deaf, they have like special phone cases, so the vibrations and shit is like way more and like the sound's way louder.
Yeah, maybe it just depends on like severeness of how deaf you are and stuff.
true.
Yeah,
But obviously, there's no way you can drive if you're deaf, so that'd be pretty depressing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, blind.
You mean blind? Yeah. I get
Yeah.
it.
No, I just think there's so many more things you wouldn't be able to do if you were blind.
Yeah.
So I'm picking deaf. I'll be deaf, thanks.
Fair play.
so we're all saying we prefer to see.
To be deaf. All right. Next question. Is it Oreo or Oreo?
It's hey mum, can I have some Oreos? Hey mum, can I have some Oreos? Oreo. I'm gonna go with Oreos.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Oreos.
I'm an Oreo guy.
So I used to be a diehard Oreo man, but if I'm just saying I'm gonna get some Oreos, it's kind of a mix of the two.
I guess so.
But I think I'd actually be more swayed towards Oreo.
I just feel like Oreo and then Oreo. I feel like Oreo, it just like drags it out like it's unnecessary, like it's a 4-letter word, like just let it finish. You don't need to.
Yeah, but right, you know, like iron ore or gold ore. How is that spelled? O-R-E.
That's true.
How's Oreo spelled? O-R-E-O. Oreo.
And if you split it up into O-R and E-O,
Exactly.
you've got O and E-O.
Yeah.
Damn, Isaac, you're getting played.
I'm not saying you've been had, Isaac, but you've been had.
It's like a scone or scone.
Oh, well, that's obviously scone.
Yeah, obviously, but I
Fi-
mean,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought you were going to say scone then, and I was
No,
about
no,
to say.
no, no.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast.
Phonics says that it's scone.
Do they actually?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's E on the
scone.
end.
Yeah, scone.
Scone. Yeah.
Scone is
Yeah.
just what else is there? Nike or Nike.
Oh, well, that's obviously Nike.
No, but on the
Don't
no,
you
no,
dare.
no. It isn't. I say Nike, but on the adverts they say Nike.
I don't
That's 'cause
care.
they're Americans and they're weird. Sorry to any Americans out there.
It's like on CEX adverts they call it Stex, but it's not like CEX.
Yeah. I don't know. Why would you call it Nike? You don't call your bike Bikey, do you?
Exactly. I'm going for a hikey, Mom. Hikey on my bike.
I don't like you
On my
this.
Nikes.
I don't like you my Nikes.
What other words are like controversial? I can't really think of them.
There must be loads. I'll tell you what is controversial though. Is it acceptable to pee in the shower?
I'll tell you this now. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Right. So from the male perspective, if you're aiming down the plug hole, I just don't see any. Whatever your water goes down, if you're aiming for it, I think fair play. I think it's getting borderline weird when you just like piss down your leg. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's weird, man. But
who's pissing that leg as a man? I mean, as a woman,
think you'd be surprised, Isaac. And like girls would just have to like wee down their leg, wouldn't they?
that I can see
Maybe.
why. Right, I wouldn't. Right, I piss in the shower 100%. Like in the morning, I'm a morning shower guy, and I always get up and I just do it in the shower because I'm just killing two birds with one stone here. Like, but I can see from the female perspective why they wouldn't. But in the same way, like, why wouldn't you? Because I guess if it even goes down, you can just obviously you're in the shower to get clean, so you might as well just clean.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
It's also
Like-
like a debate of, do you wash your legs when you're in the shower? Because no, listen here. Here's the counter to that. You're soaping up all your head and your body, armpits, etc.
Mhm.
When you rinse, like when you put your head under the shower to get all of the bubbles off, all the
Yeah.
bubbles go down you and get all on your legs. So, is there any need to scrub all your legs?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm personally a quick, get the job
Yeah.
done. Like there's people who just sit there like washing their arms and stuff. What's that about?
And I'm like,
I do my arms. I go down my arms.
Weirdo.
I go down my arms and I'll just do my legs once. But there's one I never wash my back because I can't reach.
you can't.
guess
Who the hell has got arms that can reach the back?
I can.
What?
You can
No,
reach
you
the center
can't.
of your back.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Some people
Yes,
can, but I can't get there.
I can't get there either. Does anybody use anything in the shower like sponges and stuff?
Nah.
Yeah, I'm a sponge guy. But we're a sponge family. We always use sponges.
Nah.
Yeah, but so does that mean you all use the same sponge? That's gross.
No. We have 4 sponges each. We have like each. We have a sponge for each of us. But like the only reason why is because you get your gel, you put it on, and you obviously like it's all like on one. So you just go down your arms and your legs and under your arms and that.
Yeah,
And you just do it with all one thing. Like
no, right. When you get it on your hands become the sponge.
Exactly.
yeah, I know, but I don't know. That's just the way I've been brought up. I always use a sponge.
Were you brought up as a pot in the sink?
Also, if you start by putting something on your hands and then rubbing it into your hair, right? The hair creates a lot of soapy stuff, right? So you start on your head,
You
and
do everywhere with that.
your hands are so soapy that you can just do everything else.
Exactly.
No, but that's what I mean. I've never been taught that way. So when I go to
Taught
my girl,
that way.
Be taught to have a shower. You just get in.
no. Right, I wash my right. You're making me sound like a muggy. What I mean is,
Wow.
not to wash my hair, but obviously like I get the sponge for the shower gel, so I use that. Right, but it's get a problem because obviously I can't do it everywhere I go. So like when I stop at my girlfriend's house and I shower in the morning and I'm there with soap, like doing it in one hand and then doing it in the other because I'm just like that. I'm just, like so confused by it.
You freak of nature, you.
I just don't understand it. It just that just beyond me.
Do you not take your your sponge with you when you go?
No.
Take your pooey sponge with you.
I've asked her to buy me a sponge, but she says it's weird.
No,
She won't buy me a sponge.
Isaac couldn't take his sponge with him because the rest of his family would be without a sponge.
It would be a sponge down. I can't be having that. So I needed to buy me a sponge. It's also like, do you wash your face in the shower or do you do that after in the sink?
I just think about the leg strategy again. If you wash your hair and then your hair all the soap goes down into your face. But to be fair, sometimes because I've got stubble, I feel a bit gross if I'm letting that just like linger all the time. So sometimes I give it a proper, like a on my face.
I have I wash my face. I don't know why. I just have this habit.
Fair play.
I like your shower technique, Will. I would get in the shower with you.
Hey?
I would get in the shower with you, mate.
Yeah, right. If we had to share, you'd get in with me.
Yeah.
Not getting me in my sponges.
Nah, you're weird.
I can do your back with my sponge.
Oh, no, don't touch me.
Too many utensils in your shower, Isaac. Me and Lennon, we're back to basics.
Exactly. Human nature, mate.
Hair is like the start of everything. And best bit about getting your hair first is if you run out of soap on your hands, bang, go back into your hair.
Exactly.
You've got more.
This guy's an intellectual.
What do you? Yeah, but like, what do you wash? Do you not have like? Oh, you have a 3-in-1, like shampoo.
Oh, mate, I'm not shampoo, conditioner, or that.
No, I don't know. I've got one. Like I've got the Lynx 2-in-1, but I don't have a 3-in-1 because I just have shampoo. I have shampoo and body wash. I think I don't have it. I don't even know what conditioner does.
Conditioner makes your hair like silky.
Ugh.
I think you do that at the end.
I'm not fussed.
God knows.
Like if I got the both of them, like in 2 bottles, I'd just like put them in one hand, like because this right. I did that at my girlfriend's house, and she had a right go. She was like, "You're meant to do it different," and I was like, "Why?" Because if there's shampoo and conditioner in one bottle, why wouldn't you just do them both at the same time?
Oh, hell, Isaac, you were stupid.
That just made sense. Like if it's in one bottle, you're not gonna you're just gonna do it all at once.
Because they do different things, you idiot. Like shampoo to make your hair like clean, and then conditioners to like make your hair like healthy and natural.
Yeah, but when there's shampoo and conditioner, what's the point in that then? If
there isn't shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if you got them in both hands and have it all at the same time, then it doesn't matter, does it?
No, because 2-in-1s aren't shampoo and conditioner. 2-in-1s are shampoo and body wash.
No, but there's 3-in-1s.
Is there?
Yes, there's like shampoo and conditioner.
You'll have to show me this, mate.
I'm gonna go get my shampoo.
Oh, he's getting his shampoo.
He's gonna do shampoo. What should we talk about?
Play the elevator music.
Yeah, we'll get Lennon to sing because, by the way, if you didn't know, Lennon's in a band.
Don't say it. They might not know.
I'm not sure.
I was waiting to tell them all.
Oh, we're gonna do a whole episode dedicated to it. Episode 5, we'll be discussing Lennon. That is all.
I like that.
He's back. Where's his 3-in-1?
3-in-1.
Right.
2-in-1. It says 2-in-1 on it.
No. This is the hair one that is in my shower. This says anti-dandruff, shampoo and conditioner. There.
Nah, you're lying.
I can't see it.
Shampoo.
I can't see that.
I'll have you know now that nobody reads the small print on anything.
Exactly. Even if you saw it was a 2-in-1, you wouldn't pick it up for it being a conditioner, would you?
Exactly.
You pick it up because you think, oh, it's a body wash. So.
I'm still not seeing anything that says 3-in-1, Isaac. So.
Nah. To be fair, I don't have a 3-in-1, but that is not 3-in-1.
So you're a liar.
3-in-1 doesn't exist, everyone. Just so you know. Just in case you're getting your hopes up.
All right, guys.
Right. So we've cleared the shower segment out of the way.
Yeah, I think we talked about that for so long. That is so sad. That is sad.
Would you right? Plain and simple. Would you rather have no arms or no legs?
I would rather have no legs.
Dan?
This is going to sound sad. I like to play Xbox. I couldn't play Xbox with any arms. End of story. I couldn't go on my phone
Oh yeah.
unless somebody wants to give me bionic arms. Then maybe.
Hey.
Yeah, because bionic arms, I swear, like more advanced than bionic legs.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Because who the hell
So-
has bionic legs?
So what I'd do is I'd lose my arm.
Iron Man.
I'd lose my arms, but like I don't know. Obviously, I get bionic arms, but I guess if bionic arms went on table, I'd just take legs and I could climb like a little like. Oh, do you remember Gertrude from Pokemon? It's like that little head with two arms on the side of it. I thought
No,
climbing up
No.
cupboards in.
I actually didn't even know what you're on about.
I had a picture of that. I just,
Jesus Christ, Isaac.
it depends on the situation.
Got a
Like, if
picture for everything, you aren't you?
I can't believe
Isaac,
you.
I mean, I don't know if we can believe Isaac because he's not got 3-in-1 hair. He's not got 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, and body wash.
Oh my
He's
god.
a
Does
liar,
this
and we all
Pokemon
know it.
exist, or has he made it up?
I never watched Pokemon.
I only watched like Gen 1, like OG Pokemon.
I was just not a Pokemon.
Yeah, he is OG. He is OG.
He's
Oh, it's
not.
called Geodude, not Gertrude. That
Oh
would
my
make more
god, so
Good.
you told me the wrong name. I know that guy. He's like a
Yeah,
big
this dude.
rock. Yeah, he's like a rock with arms. Oh my god, Isaac. Yeah, I know who he is. What the hell
How
is
do you like that?
Gertrude? Never heard of that one, man.
I would. I'd just get rid of my legs. You do most things with your arms, don't you? You could even just walk on your arms. Would you prefer to know when you die or how you die?
Okay, would you prefer to know when you die or how you die? I would prefer to know how I die because when you die, that's just you're just going to be trying not to your whole
Oh
life.
yeah, you're gonna be counting down.
Because if it's like you're going to have a stroke, all right, I don't know when it's going to happen, so I'm not going to be panicking about it.
Mm.
But if it's like you're going to die in 3 weeks, I'm going to be like, nah, shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't say that's how you die, innit? I guess.
What?
What?
Oh wait, never mind. Never mind.
You're going to die in 3 weeks. No, I want to know when I die.
I think, yeah, I think you made a good point about that. Knowing when you die, you're just going to be dreading it until that
Because
very
that could
moment.
ruin your life.
Yeah, that's going to be scary as hell. Unless you just like retcon it.
Yeah, but what if it's you ask how are you gonna die and it's like a piano is gonna land on your head, right? So now your entire life you're gonna be walking with your head up, watching for a piano. Do you know what I mean?
At least you'll see it hit your head.
I guess so. At least you'll die knowing. You'll die.
Yeah, it's definitely a when you die situation. If you knew how, you just avoid everything. Like if you died, like
What?
Isaac, you're getting these words the wrong way around.
am I?
What are you saying you want? What are you saying is better for you?
I'd prefer to know when I die
Why?
because if I knew when, like what year, then I could like live my life as like that as much as I could until then. But if I knew how, I just lived my whole life in fear, like trying to remember. Like if I died by getting hit by a car, I'd be shitting myself every time I went like, out for a walk or went somewhere because that car could come out anywhere and hit me. But if I knew when, then I've obviously lived my life with no fear because
Yeah, but
I
what if
know I'm
it's
not going to die.
What if it's like you've got a month to live, then you're just going to be like, you're just going to be trying not to, aren't you? You're just going to be like, oh crap, what can I do? And it's just all going to, and then you're going to be it's going to be scared to death, and it's going to be a bad process.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it depends. Yeah, I guess it depends when. Like, if it said, like, I don't know, I'm going to die when I'm 83 or something like that, like, I just live my life, like,
yeah, fair play.
normally. But if it said, like, a month, then maybe I'd be like, right, I'm gonna do as much as I can, but then for the last 5 days, I'm just gonna stay in my house and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I guess the annoying thing to that is it's situational to what the answer is, but you can't know the answer until you
Yeah,
pick what question you're going
exactly.
to ask. Because if it's like you're going to die in your sleep, it's like fair play. I'm not going to be trying not to die in my sleep. Do you know what I mean? But if it's like you're going to be eaten alive by bears, you're going to be your whole life like stay away from bears, and then it's going to
Yeah.
ruin your whole life. But then again, if it's like you're going to die in 80 years, you're like fair play. Compared
Yeah.
to you're going to die in 2 days, you're like,
Yeah,
"Woo."
you could like you'd literally just get really lucky, and it'd just be like, yeah, you pass away naturally in about
Exactly.
70 years.
But then it could be like your mother's gonna turn cannibal and eat you alive.
All right, yeah. To be fair, happens all the time. That.
Exactly.
It's a bit like that Black Mirror episode, Hang the DJ, you know, where she has that timer. I know, yeah, it's a timer where they get the couple and then they say how long they can actually stay together and then they have to move out. But like that's
Right, yeah.
completely random, and it could be 1 day or it could be 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like this whole conversation would make a really good Black Mirror episode.
it would, wouldn't it?
Like, oh, you could like follow one person who chooses to know when they die, and then
Yeah.
another person that chooses how they die.
Yeah, this should be the
Right, why am I
concept of
not
the
a
episode.
writer?
The concept of the episode is on your 18th birthday, you get a letter through the post, and it's just a letter, and it has 2 tick boxes, and it says, "Do you want to know how or when you die?" And you pick one, and then we see this one character pick his thing, sends it back, then he gets another letter back, which obviously tells him the answer, and then it just like kind of follows
Oh my
like
god,
what he does.
why don't we just send this
maybe
in,
that's
boys?
what it is.
What?
Maybe, do you remember when Black Mirror said that their new season is almost ready, but they can't bring it out during COVID because it's too
weak.
fucked up. So
Yeah,
it could be something like that, like how he died.
maybe, or maybe they'll go the other way, and one of our episodes is about a global pandemic that kills half the world.
Some guy playing Plague Inc. and it's actually real life.
Imagine an episode of Black Mirror where every Plague Inc. game actually creates an alternate dimension,
God.
right? And
Right.
everything that you do on Plague Inc. happens in real life in this dimension, so you literally kill people.
Mate,
Let's go live in Greenland.
literally every time you have to start on Madagascar or Greenland. I swear to God, they never get.
No, you don't. If you don't start your virus there. Oh wait,
Nah, right, because with the thing with that game is Greenland or Iceland. Is it Iceland that has no airports?
it's Greenland because Greenland's at the top, and it has one airport and one
Yeah.
dock.
If you start it there, it spreads to the hardest country, but then
Yeah.
it spreads really slowly to everywhere else because it's got one thing going out.
So you
But then
start somewhere like
by Iceland or Greenland before whatever one it is.
not Africa. Actually, Africa because the healthcare is probably shy.
I think it's fair to say we're Plague Inc. connoisseurs.
I think that's a fair point, to be honest.
I think
Could really
that
play
might
Plague
be
Inc. crap.
that might be a nice place to wrap this podcast up.
Yeah, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, do you want to do the honours, Will?
Right, thanks for listening to this week's podcast. We'll be back next week with more to explain than Wayfair and their 300k wardrobes. See you next week, and remember, we're all alone together.